with a big win against the Slingers. All right. So I think that was in game 3 and 4.
Okay.
So they can bounce back, in any given game, especially against a very competitive team like the Slingers.
Okay, so they can compete. They've shown it in the past. They're so used to adversity. The 1-3 record should not bother them. I want to pick your brains more. Share me more, coach. Share with us more of your thoughts.
Well, we know for a fact that this team, the Malaysian, the
Dragons.
Westports Malaysian Dragons, are the defending champion. They cannot always, they cannot dwell on that. It's already history.
It's done.
It's done, man. So what they should have, what the attitude they should have, is to forget about that.
Yes.
They just have to focus on the present. Just have to be here, right now.
Okay, okay. So focus on right here, right now. My bonus question to you: the Hong Kong crowd is known to be a very loud crowd. Okay, although they welcome with open arms the visitors here, but come basketball time, they will make sure that Malaysia would hear that they are rooting for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. How do you play against a very active, a very loud crowd like the sixth man of the Eastern Long Lions? How do you compete against them?
Number one, they should silence the crowd by playing both ends. Good basketball. 40 minutes, good basketball.
Okay.
All right? That's how you're going to silence the crowd. All right? The sixth man. Number two, forget about being the defending champions.
Oh, you have to.
They need to focus on today's ball game and try to get that much needed motivation for them to be able to turn around things in this season.
So we'll find out if those things could be done indeed. But we have more of the keys later on of Coach Koy. But now in the meantime, we're showing you right now two different coaches, Coach Thomas earlier and Coach Edu Torres of the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. They have a lot ahead of them. Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, they want to address that loss that they experienced. All they wanted for Christmas was a 5-0 record. But unfortunately, Santa Claus did not give the fifth win. So their New Year's resolution here in 2017 is to probably start the first game of the year after a 20-day break with a W.
Considering that the New Year is just around the corner.
Oh yes.
All right.
So that could be
so
a good start.
they can start the New Year with a bang, with a win.
And I won't be surprised if the locals and the imports will have that bang indeed. And for sure, on the other side of the floor, the Westports of Malaysia Dragons have the same idea. They want to silence the crowd. They want to bounce back from those two losses. They want to address the skid that they are in right now. Because if not, with a 1-3 record, if they continue to lose and go 1-4 after this game, they're actually giving Kaohsiung Truth a lot of confidence, because Kaohsiung Truth right now is with a 1-5 record.
That's right. This is a very interesting matchup, ball game.
Very interesting indeed.
Two teams that came from a loss. We just, I'm sure our televiewers wanted to see how they're gonna bounce back in today's ball game.
Time is up already for the warm-up, and in just a few seconds, our Southern Stadium Parker, Mr. Noel Zarate, all the way from the Philippines, will be announcing our protagonists the same way he'll be mentioning our officials for this match. Again, this is the match between Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions and Westport Malaysia Dragons.
歡迎嚟到2017年啊，先同大家講一聲新年快樂啊！俾啲掌聲嚟聽下先。去到2017年香港，我哋東方龍獅第一場主場嘅賽事呢，就要迎接呢個上屆 ABL 嘅冠軍人馬馬來西亞馬龍啦。咁喺呢個時候事不宜遲啦，我哋首先介紹我哋今日出場嘅陣容先。
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the lineup first for the visiting Westports Malaysia Dragons. Number 7, Teo Kok Hao.
7號張國豪，
Number 8, Chu Wei Hong.
8號朱偉雄，
Number 10, Siahrul Rosli.
10號羅斯利，
Number 11, Wong Yi Hao.
11號黃益豪，
Number 27, Ting Chun Hong.
27號陳俊雲，
Number 41, Ivan Yo.
41號楊艾君。
And the starters for the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Number 1, Man Chi Kun.
以下落嚟為大家介紹嘅就係我哋嘅正選陣容：1號馬志勤，
Number 6, Skylar Spencer.
6號史賓沙，
Number 13, Freddie Goldstein.
13號高斯丁，
Number 20, Lo Shifai.
20號羅樹輝，
And number 54, Marcus Melvin.
最後係54號貝爾雲。
Head coach for the Westports Malaysia Dragons is Chris Thomas with assistant coach Gong Cheng Hus.
佢哋嘅總教練係 Chris Thomas，我哋教練團俾掌聲佢哋。
And now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions!
而家落嚟邀請我哋嘅主隊東方龍獅。
Number 0, Ip Chun Kit.
第一位球員萬雄葉俊傑，
Number 3, Lee Key.
3號李奇，
Number 11, Poon Chi Ho.
11號洪志豪，
Number 14, Tan Chi Han.
14號林志恒，
Number 28, Stephen Kincher.
28號張文平，
Number 29, Chung Chin Sing.
29號星星鍾俊升，
Number 88, Lao Zalai.
88號射手劉子麗。
And the starters for the Eastern Long Lions, number 2, Marcus Elliott.
我哋嘅 starters 2號阿利諾，
Number 8, Chance Yu Wing.
8號陳小榮，
Number 10, Tyler Wang.
10號泰勒廉，
Number 12, Fong Xin Yi.
12號方成宇，
And number 15, Patrick Sullivan.
15號蘇利雲。俾掌聲我哋香港嘅主場球隊。
Head coach for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions is Andrew Thomas with assistant coaches John Chan and Jason Yu.
我哋嘅主教練係艾杜托里斯同埋我哋嘅助教陳極慈先生。俾掌聲！喺呢個時候為大家介紹我哋3位執法球證。
Ladies and gentlemen, our officials for this game is Sampan Kapusiripan from Thailand. First umpire, Donald Francis Quinn from Indonesia. And our second umpire, Adolfo Bermeo of the Philippines. Our commissioner from Hong Kong, Ip Fook Hwa.
俾掌聲我哋今日嘅 Commissioner 葉福華先生同埋以上3位執法球證。我哋嘅賽事即將會開始啊！
Our starters for both squads. Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, Elliot Chan Lamb, Ching Yi Fong, and Patrick Sullivan. For Westports Malaysia Dragons, Chi Quinn Ma, Spencer Skylar, Freddie Goldstein, Shi Fai Law, and number 54, big fellow, Marcus Melvin for the visiting team. Again, this is the match between current number 2 and current number 4. And in just a few minutes, in about 3 minutes, we will start the match. And before we do so, Chicky Ray is here with Coach Koy Manal. Coach, let's go to some, for those of you who don't know, Manal in the Philippines, the translation to English is holy. So let me call this Coach Koy's Holy Keys. Coach, keys to winning, the holy keys to winning. Let's start with the Westports Malaysia Dragons.
Okay, I have actually three keys here, or the holy keys, I should say, for the Dragons. Number one, limit the Lions to 70s.
Okay.
What I mean to say is that the Lions is the number one team offensively. They're scoring an average of 87.4 per game.
Okay.
Number two, take care of the ball. The Lions is doing a good job in forcing their opponents to turn over the ball 27.4 times per game.
Wow.
Number three, control the boards. The Dragons has an average of 45.5 total rebounds per game. 12.8 came from the offensive boards. So that's what they just have to focus on in tonight's ball game. If they can control the boards, take care of the ball, we know for a fact that basketball is a game of possession.
Yes.
These two areas, they should be, they should take care of.
Okay. So keys for Malaysia done. What are the holy keys for the Lions?
Number one, they have to be aggressive right off the bat.
All right.
Why? Well, they came from a 20 days off.
Okay.
All right, especially it came from the holidays. Just to shake off
The
the
rust.
rustiness, they just have to be aggressive from start to finish. Number
one.
two,
Number two.
they have to play with confidence and consistency. I call this con and con.
The con and con.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Confidence and consistency.
Why? They started the league with a 4-0 card.
4-0 record. Yeah.
Yes, and they just lost in their last outing.
Okay.
So they just have to have that composure to bounce back in tonight's ball game.
So aggressiveness, con and con. Number three would be
They have to play both ways.
play both ways. Explain, coach.
Well, offensively, they have no problem. They're
It's already
number
there.
one. Yes, it's a given. Okay, they're not a bad team defensively, but I believe they can still improve that number.
They can do more.
Yes.
All right. So again, aggressiveness, confidence, consistency, play both ways. That's holy keys for the Lions. For Malaysia, limit Lions to 70s, take care of that rock, and control the boards. Now we'll visit those folks at every point that we can, just to make sure if, based on the holy keys of Coach Koy, our protagonists are indeed on track. So here we go. The starting five for both squads are on the floor. Marcus Elliott, Chan Siu Wing, Tyler Lamb, Fong Sing Yi, Patrick Sullivan for the Eastern Long Lions, and for the Dragons, Ma Chi Quinn, Skylar Spencer, Freddie Goldstein, Lo Shi Fai, and Marcus Melvin. First 2 points, courtesy of Tyler Lamb.
That only took them like 5 seconds to make that 2 points.
Tyler Lamb scoring immediately in this match. Meantime, Melvin, he's muscling his way in. The fadeaway is also good.
Well, he's matched up against a local in the person of Fong Sing Yi.
So it's easier for him to muscle his way in. Meantime, Lamb with a miss. I'm expecting this game, coach, to go up-tempo, really up and down the court both ways.
Right. They should have the Lions should offer help to the man of.
That help should really come in, coach. That help should really come in, because right now, what you want is to put those balls inside the hoop, as we have the second basket of the home team, Fong Sing Yi with a long 2.
That was a good matchup for the Lions. He's a stretch big man, forcing Melvin to come out.
Meantime, Marcus Melvin, they'll have to go to this guy. Why not? The fadeaway, in and out. 4-2 is the score in favor of the home team. Lamb will wait. Another long 2, none there. Ball goes back to the Dragons.
Now you can see the game plan of Hong Kong right now. They are forcing Melvin to work defensively.
Yes. And you gotta tire the big guy out if you want a good chance to win this match.
Exactly. Now I have to see if they're gonna go for a pick and roll two-man game. You know, forcing Melvin to come out defensively.
Now, how do you stop that? I mean, Marcus Elliott with no conscience at all, just shooting from top of the key with that three, giving them a 5-point lead.
This is a show. This is just showing that the Lions is aggressive right off the bat.
I'm not yet hearing that roar from the Lions. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. It's they're starting to build that roar.
But their sixth man is already roaring.
The crowd is already roaring. I like that. Let's see if the Dragons are ready to play with fire here. Here comes Goldstein. The corner, the three ball. They overcooked that one.
Same ball. It was tapped by Wing.
But in spite of that, Coach, you'd like the energy of Chan Siu Wing trying to save that ball and give it back to their team.
For that matter, you can see the energy of the 5 players of the Lions. And that's what I'm talking about, the aggressiveness right off the bat.
But Lo Shi-Fai hits a long two from the left corner, making it 7-4. Still the visiting team, the Dragons are down by 3. Meantime, Hong Kong with possession. Here comes Lamb. The crossover was red. Floater missed. And Lamb was caught pushing Marcus Melvin.
Well, it was a good penetration by Lamb. It was a floater. Melvin committed to the help. Only Lamb should have kicked it out to the man of Melvin. He was wide open when Melvin helped out in the shade.
15 to shoot. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Here comes Goldstein. Couldn't go with the pick and roll. Quick hands coming from Lamb. White shirts on the run. They reward the shooter from the right side. It's short. And look at Goldstein dictating the tempo. Finding Ma. No hesitation there. And a foul will be called on number 12, Fong Sing-Yi.
Well, you can see the effort defensively by the Lions, especially the big guy in the person of Ma. Ga. All right? He challenged the shot of number 7 of Malaysia. Only, that's a no-no defensively. You cannot foul a jump shooter, especially if he's shooting from the rainbow.
And Ma Chi-Kwon is known to be a good free throw shooter. And I hope I did not jinx him. He made the first one, making it 5 points for Malaysia. And you could hear in the background the 6th man of the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. And that's 2 out of 3. He has one more because Fong Sing-Yi fouled Ma Chi-Kwon from the 3-point area.
Now the Dragon have the chance to tie the ball game with this last free throw. I didn't jinx him. Huh?
Nope.
No.
And Ma Chi-Kwon ties it at 7. He is not bothered by the 6th man
At all.
of Hong Kong. All right. Elliott with the leather. Lamb moving well without that ball, but he had to kick it out. Shot clock down to 10. Elliott on the move, guarded by Goldstein. The pump, the separation, no basket, but he'll get 2 free throws.
Well, Ma had to help out Goldstein because Elliott is too big for Goldstein and too quick. That's why Ma offered the help on the driving lane. Only Elliott was able to fish a foul, and now is in the free throw line.
You have to give help defense when Marcus Elliott decides to go inside the paint.
Right. Because he's actually had the best player of the Lions. He's averaging 25 points a game.
And this is in spite of him not being as tall as the other imports. All right, here we go. 8-7 split there for Elliott. There's the press here. Stolen, going all the way with the reverse. Credit 2 points to Fong Sing-Yi.
This is where the crowd is get going. You know, with those turnovers of the opponent of the Lions and turning it and translating it into 2 points.
But that time around, Coach Koy, it was a good steal, but there was no conversion with Chan Siu Wing missing on that attempt, and he is even called for a foul against Goldstein.
Well, what the Lions is doing on the ball screen, the man of the dribbler is taking away the screen.
Okay.
The problem there was he was caught by the referee holding Goldstein.
And you are not allowed to hold players. You are not
Exactly.
allowed to hold opponents. But here, no holding happened. Credit 2 points, number 20, Lo Shifai. He hit the long two earlier, but he can show that he can shoot it from the inside. Another three coming from Marcus Elliott.
Well, that's a early ball screen that's set by Sullivan to Elliott.
And Patrick Sullivan set up Elliott really well, but on the other side of the floor, Ma Chi Quen says, okay, you hit a three, Marcus Elliott. Let me take it back. We'll show it to you again, guys. Quick feet, quick move, quick thinking coming from Ma Chi Quen.
That's how you're gonna force the best player of your opponent defensively.
Yeah.
Force him to work defensively.
Some changes here for the Dragons. We have number 41, Ivan Yo, replacing Skylar Spencer. And we got another fresh pair of legs, number 11, Wong Yi Hao, for the Dragons, as Ma Chi Kun is on the line for the bonus free throw. Earlier, coach, he hit 3 out of 3. He is now 4 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Yes.
Perfect.
And he now has a 6 points in the ball game.
And another fresh pair of legs for the Malaysian Dragons, Westport Malaysia Dragons, Teo Kok Hao. Tyler zigzagging, crossover, the drive, off the glass is good.
You'll see a lot of dribble penetration by the Lions. Why? Because they have good guards. They can easily get into the paint by those dribble penetration.
And adjustment, of course, needs to be done by the Malaysian Dragons, as Goldstein was caught. Freddie was caught stepping in the baseline.
Both teams are doing the dribble penetration offensively. That's the trend in today's game. You know, dribble penetration, the dribble drive offense.
4:46 remaining here in the first quarter. The home team is up by 3, 15 to 12. Earlier we saw that move by Tyler Lamb, going inside, splitting the defense, scoring it off the glass. That's why the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions are up here by 3 points, 15 to 12, as we resume action here in the first quarter with 4:46 remaining. Just to mention our referees, by the way, Sampan Kampusiripan from Thailand, Donald Francis Quinn from Indonesia, and Arnulfo Bermeo from the Philippines. Here we go. Marcus Elliott doing the point guard chores. Shot clock for Hong Kong down to 15. Sticky defense being applied now. Kincher, nope. And that ball will go back to the Dragons. Malaysian offense. Goldstein is being guarded tightly by Marcus Elliott. Melvin decides to take a three, and it's good.
Why not? He has obviously has a height advantage at the post, but why not? You will not allow Melvin to take those threes because he can shoot that.
Now Ginchard
It was,
missed earlier, but he was so wise to bring it inside.
it was a classic example of a give and go play. You know, pass at the post, the passer cuts to the basket and gives it to him.
Now give credit to Patrick Sullivan for giving that nice pass to Ginchard at the baseline. The kick out stolen by Elliott. 3:40 remaining in the first chapter. Hong Kong up by 2. No hesitation. No problem for Hong Sing-Yi hitting the three.
Well, the defense did his job by challenging it. That's how you should defend a three-point shooter.
2015 5-point lead for the home team. Goldstein. He wants to take it back. It's a miss. Battle for the rebound, and foul will be called on Freddie.
It was obviously a frustration foul. You know, he just wanted to get the ball back. He was the one who took the three-pointer, but he missed it, and he wanted so much to get the ball back. That's why he went in for the offensive rebound. Luckily, he got the foul.
Now Goldstein will take a breather. For the Dragons, fresh pair of legs for Hong Kong, number 3, Lee Kee. But Marcus Elliott still doing the point guard chores here. 3 minutes left in the first. Elliott, hesitation there. Decides to give it to Spencer, or to Sullivan rather. Sullivan, the fadeaway. None there.
Well, it was a good move. You know, he tried to, but unluckily, he did not make the shot.
Here comes Melvin. Stolen again by the white shirts. Lee Kee gives it up to Elliott. Elliott again from the outside. Ginchard kept it alive. Now they have 10 seconds to shoot. Tight pass inside, picked up by Ginchard, stolen.
Too
by the Dragons.
telegraphic. That's too telegraphic.
Marcus is open. He decides to kick it out. At the corner. They go to Melvin. 7 to shoot. The top by Elliott with 6 on the shot clock. Ball will remain with the Dragons. Now I see Skylar Spencer, coach, coming back in to give Marcus Melvin a breather.
You will see the Lions defense. They are closing out short and allowing the Dragons to take those three-pointer. Maybe because of the scouting report. The Dragons are shooting 28 actually in the three-point land.
Almost a steal by Ginchard. Ivan Yo had to take that one. Oh my! A follow-up slam coming from Skylar Spencer.
What a way to make his presence felt in this ball game.
Skylar going up for the sky. Meantime, that was a miss earlier by Sullivan. Here comes the green and black. They're down by 3. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first. Ivan, lots of fakes. Finally decides to go up, and he uses the glass. Malaysia only down by 1.
Now the locals of Malaysia is milking their height advantage at the post.
And it's doing good
Right.
for the Dragons. Elliott had to change his shot. Here comes Ma. Zigzagging. The ball fake, the shot. It falls short. Under a minute to play here in the first. Ginchard acknowledging Sullivan on the other end. Sullivan fouled in the process by Ivan Yo, and he'll go to the free throw
That
line.
was a nice up and under move by Spencer in the shade.
2 free throws for Patrick Sullivan.
Sullivan is on the line. You know, he's a big guy with lots of fakes. Can hit the
I
fadeaway.
stand corrected. I'm sorry, Cheeky. It was Patrick Sullivan.
Patrick Sullivan, that's right.
Who made that very nice, very basic up and under move at the shaded.
And you'd love Patrick Sullivan. He doesn't look for his points. He loves setting up his teammates. he doesn't mind doing the dirty tricks and keeping it alive. And Coach Edu Torres is having a moment here with referee Sampan Kampusiripan from Thailand.
I like that. You cannot, you as a coach, you cannot give everybody the chance to score. You have to identify who are your scorers and
Yes.
who are your role players. But I like the attitude of Patrick Sullivan. He's a team player. For that matter, he is willing to do the dirty work, as you said, and he will just give his effort, just to help his team get a win. Now the Hong Kong Lions are doing a zone press, half-court zone press.
So let's see if they will be able to get this ball here. And they do. They do. They actually made it difficult for Ma Chi Kun.
They are actually forcing their opponent to turn over the ball a lot of times. And that gives them the possession. If you have a lot of possession, you will have a lot of chances to score. And if you have a lot of chances to score, you have a chance to win the ball game.
Oh, we saw a lot of steals earlier, Coach. We saw that in the middle of the first quarter. So 14 to shoot here for the Lions. But they're still up here by 3, 22-19. They're looking for Lee. That was a miss. Goldstein looking ahead. He looks at the clock. It reads 20. Freddie would like to write the last sentence in this first chapter, but Elliott is not allowing him. Shot clock down to 9. There goes the pick. There goes the pass. Ma for the 3. None there. 3 seconds remaining. Goldstein from the parking lot. No. Ma with a follow-up. No. And there goes the buzzer.
I like how the Lions played that last possession defensively. The big man of the Dragons set a pick for
Goldstein.
Goldstein.
That was Skylar Spencer.
Now you notice that
The shooter, Ma Chi Kyun.
have communicated to the guard to Elliott that there's pick coming. I like that. That's how you should play defense. You need communication, especially on the ball screen.
22-19, Hong Kong is up by 3.
So that's the next again. And lastly, they have to control the boards.
Are they
Alright?
controlling the boards?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a check. But for the Lions, they have to be aggressive right off the bat, and we saw it. They were so aggressive, on both ways. Now, they have to play with confidence and consistency. Yes, they are playing the same thing, and they have to play both ways. They limited the Dragons to 19 points, and they are not good offensively, but they are also good defensively in tonight's ballgame.
So that's a quick check on our holy keys for both squads. We'll see again at the end of the second quarter, or probably start the third quarter, if they are still on track and trying to get the next W. Miss from Rainbow Country, ball goes back to Malaysia. Our score is 25-21, men in white up by 4. Freddie, very busy day here for Freddie Goldstein. Tough day in the office. Goldstein, the separation, the floater, none. But the follow-up by Skylar Spencer is good.
Well, the Dragons is showing their aggressiveness on the boards. They actually have good numbers on the rebounds, especially on the offensive rebound.
A miss there by Sullivan. He gets it back. He'll try again off the glass. 3 tries, but to no avail. And a foul will be called against number 20, Lo Shi-Fai.
Now let's see if the locals of the Lions will be able to deliver when Elliott is out of the ballgame.
Patrick Sullivan will take a breather.
So actually, the ones playing now are 4 locals and heritage imports.
I think that's how confident Coach Edu Torres is.
I think that's good coaching for you. You need to rest your imports.
They go to the corner. 3 ball won't drop, but the white shirts, they are very busy in trying to get those offensive boards. However, another empty possession. Ready with the ball. Melvin for 3. It's good, and Malaysia is up 26-25.
Obviously, Melvin has an advantage at the post, but you can allow that. You can take that. Allowing him to take those threes because he's shooting well from the trees.
And you mentioned that Melvin has 8 points, 2 from Rainbow Country. Malaysia is up 26-25. Here comes the Dragons. Goldstein, 7 to shoot. Back to Melvin, 4 to shoot. Ma has to throw this one up. A second remaining. And that's a 24-second shot clock violation. Good defense coming from Hong Kong.
Well, they started it well, and they were able to sustain it for 24 seconds, and that's good defense for the Lions.
Now Coach Edu Torres says, I cannot let Marcus Elliott sit for a long time, and Elliott is back.
He is actually playing 39 minutes a game.
What?
That's why maybe he is experimenting something in tonight's ball game. He wanted Elliott to take some breather, early on.
It's an offense.
He cannot afford, Coach Torres cannot afford for Elliott to sit on the bench that long.
And quick 2 points coming from Marcus Elliott from the bench.
Against the twin towers of the Dragons. All right, he finished it with a left-hand layup in the shade.
Lead goes back to Hong Kong, 27-26. 19 to shoot here for the Dragons. Ma calling for play 3. Melvin has it. Tight defense being shown here by the Eastern Long Lions. Shot clock down to 10. What will Freddie do? The crossover, the bump, the spin, too much action. The shot, but still it won't drop for Freddie Goldstein.
Good defense on the part of the Lions.
They go to Elliott. Another long 2. Out it goes. But that was a good shot actually coming from number 12, Fong Sing-Yi. And they'll call a foul on Fong Sing-Yi, preventing that slam of Skylar Spencer.
The Lions should read that action. The Dragons knew that they have a height advantage at the post. But Spencer and Melvin is pushing their man, a little further from the post. Why? Because they're fronting him.
Uh-huh.
So the guards, the passer of the Dragons will just lob it up. So the Lions have to establish the weak side help.
Back to Goldstein. Trying to feed his teammates. Another three by Marcus Melvin, and he is doing his version of a James Harden. 3 threes from Melvin.
I believe that was his third three-pointer of the ball game.
And Elliott answers with his own three.
Well, you can't do anything about it. All you need to do is just to disrupt it by challenging it and not fouling it.
Hong Kong up by 1, 30-29. They find Ma in the corner. Good defense shown by the Lions. Ma with a floater. It's good. And the lead swings back to Malaysia.
You cannot cheat on the defensive end. You cannot reach from behind. You will just allow your man, especially in Ma. He's just a good penetrator. You cannot allow him to just go inside the paint and force your big man to help him.
4:54 remaining here in the second quarter. Malaysia is up by 1 because of that floater by Ma, 31-30. It has been a seesaw battle here in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Basket after basket, Freddie Goldstein, a lot on his hands to make sure that they stop this kid. They're at 1-3 right now, but they're facing a very tough crowd here at the Southern Stadium here in Hong Kong, where the home team is aching to bounce back from that December 22 loss and improve their record to 5-1. Now there's a trap here by the Long Lions, and they were successful again.
Right. They're coming from a timeout, so it was a dead ball. So the Lions did a half zone 1-2-2 zone press. So they forced again the Dragons to turn over the ball in that possession.
Lamb missing the jumper. Another rebound goes to Melvin. Goldstein has the letter. It's Freddie against Marcus. And you cannot do that. You cannot reach in. You cannot put that arm. You cannot put the offensive guy at a disadvantage.
As I said, Elliott has a height advantage. I believe he is more stronger than Goldstein. All right, so that hand check was able to stop him from the penetration, stop Goldstein from the penetration.
And you're not allowed to do that.
Exactly.
Melvin, good block and good steal coming from Ginchard. Here comes Elliott.
It wasn't a shot. He was planning to give up a pass to his teammate.
Now Tyler Lamb scores for Hong Kong. They get back the lead, 32-31.
That quick, they were able to bounce back and get the lead again in tonight's ball game.
3:47 to go here in the first half. The pass to the corner. And Ma was saying that it was touched last. Coach Edu Torres saying, nope, my players did not touch it. But according to referee Bermeo from the Philippines, it was touched by the white shirts.
Actually, the Lions are doing a 1-2-2 with a combination of 1-2 half-court zone defense.
So the Dragons will keep possession with 12 on their shot clock. Freddie. The trap. He recovers. Oh! Too strong of a pass coming from Freddie Goldstein, and Lo Shifai couldn't handle it.
I like what the Lions is doing defensively.
We have a timeout here by the Dragons. They are down by 1. 32-31 is our score. Hong Kong is up. 3:32 left here in the second. Action continues here at the Southorn Stadium in Wan Chai, where the home team, Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, led by Marcus Elliott, wearing jersey number 2, they want to shake off that December 22 loss, and they want to go 5-1, chasing the record of the Singapore Slingers. Chicky Ray is here with Coach Koy Manal, and it has been defense, defense, defense all the way for the white shirts. Let's see if they can convert again here to have a 3-point lead. Here comes Elliott. The pass to the corner. Lamb goes hard inside, off the glass. None there. But Sullivan keeps it alive. 10 to shoot. They go to Patrick against Marcus. The hook won't drop. One more for Sullivan.
Sullivan should do a good job in controlling the boards by just holding the ball, establish it into his hands, and giving it to the point guard.
34-31, 3-point lead here for the white shirts. And the home crowd is alive. Spencer.
I like what the Lions is doing right now. They're doing a half-court matchup zone. It will start from a 1-2-2. It will depend on the alignment offensively by their opponent.
But that last exchange, Lo Shifai hitting a 3. We are tied at 34. Ginchard at the corner. It doesn't drop. Chance here for Malaysia to take the lead again. No one's guarding. Number 20, the drive, the kick out. Uh-oh! Bucket for Marcus Melvin. 4 threes for Marcus Melvin. 37-34. The Dragons are up by 3. 2:05 remaining. Coach Edu Torres, he didn't like what he saw earlier. Marcus Melvin, the hot hand here for the Westports Malaysia Dragons, has 14 points. 12 of them coming from Rainbow Country, and that's the reason why the Dragons are up 37-34.
That's right. Now, maybe Coach Torres have called a timeout. Maybe he have to make a decision whether he will continue doing the matchup zone or he will go back to his man-to-man defense.
We'll see the adjustments from both squads for sure. Offensive rebound by Patrick. They'll have another crack here.
The Lions is falling in love with their outside shots. Good thing Elliott saw that and made the decision to penetrate, go inside, and force their big man to help.
Coach, I'm seeing a Marcus versus Marcus here. Marcus Melvin and Marcus Elliott exchanging baskets.
I purposely did not include these two imports in the keys because it's a given already. They are imports. They should be there offensively and defensively.
And to your point, they are indeed responding to what the coaches are asking them to do.
That's right. You know, in this ball game, we can actually call this ball game Marcus versus Marcus.
So, and you know what? Pointing that out, Marcus Elliott has 14 points. Marcus Melvin has 14 points as well. Under 2 minutes remaining. A minute and 10 to be exact here in the first half. 37-36.
It was almost a traveling violation, but the referee missed it.
Sullivan creating space, missing the hook. And that was a sorry miss for Patrick Sullivan.
Well, I've seen the other Lions players had that aggressiveness right off the bat.
Now, Coach Chris Thomas calls for the timeout. The Dragons are up by 1, 37-36. .56 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And it has been a seesaw battle up and down both sides of the floor. And right now, the Dragons are up by 1. Almost a steal here by the Long Lions.
So again, after a dead ball, the Lions have done the half-court zone trap again.
But you mentioned earlier, should they change it? Because another 3 was thrown by the Dragons.
But that's half-court zone press. We're doing wonders for the Lions. They forced the Dragons to commit turnovers in that kind of defense.
Lee Key for 3. Missed that one. Another board for Melvin. Time is down to 10 seconds. Dragons up by 4. Melvin knows it. Extra pass. The bump by Spencer. The 3 ball is out. And there goes the buzzer. After the first 20 minutes of action, the visiting team, the Westports Malaysia Dragons, are up 40-36. The imports have come to play. The locals have come to play. We were expecting this type of play, and this is the reason why we have a very close game. The Dragons only up by 4 points, 40 to 36. Are you surprised with this type of tempo, Coach Koy, between the two ball clubs?
No.
And one of the hardest things in life is to be different. It's not easy to step out and do something that the next person is not doing.
You know, I grew up as a kid, you know, looking at the NBA, dreaming hopefully one day I can get there. I grew up watching All-Star games and, you know, thinking that'd be cool, you know, if I can make it there. And now I'm 11 years in consecutively, so you try not to take it for granted. You know, you try to, you know, you understand that nothing is guaranteed to you. So I'm thankful.
Don't be afraid to be different, man. That's what Make Your Own Way stands for. Your way. Everybody's is different. Everybody got a different story. You might be from the same block, you might be from the same park, the same neighborhood, whatever the case may be, but everybody got a different path.
I think what Dwayne and Li Ning are doing for these kids is unbelievable, man. I think we need more of those type of people that are not afraid to sacrifice something that's cool for something that can have a positive effect on so many others, and most importantly, a younger generation.
D-Wade coming to my high school, it means the greatest thing in the world, basically. And he's giving back to me, like this room, before he gave back to this room, it was really small. Now it just looks excellent, it looks the best. And D-Wade coming to my school, personally, that's just the greatest thing to ever happen, because most people, when they make it, they don't come back.
What these kids get to learn in these moments is not just how to put a ball in a hoop. They learn how to be themselves, be confident and competent in any arena.
Make your own way to me is kind of like paving your own path to greatness.
Be a leader, kind of follower.
To inspire other people to lead by example.
Challenging my team to find the need in the community, you know, with our youth. And, you know, going around and trying to, you know, figure it out, man. And, you know, we always try to leave an impact. You know, every time we come to a city, I know how important that is. You know, it can be something small, man. Just by seeing someone come to your school or see someone care about you enough, it can change your whole outlook on life. You know, so I've been there before and I get it.
Harden look-alike, Marcus Melvin with 14 points, 12 coming from Rainbow Country. And I guess that's one reason, in spite of the good defense by the Long Lions, that's one good reason why they are up by 4, 40 to 36.
You heard it. Coach Chris Thomas is showing confidence in what they can do in tonight's ball game. They are ready for the Lions. That's only shows that, you know, the heart of the champion. You know, as I was always emphasizing early on in the game, you know, that you cannot underestimate the heart of a champion. And we all know that the Westports Malaysian Dragons are the defending champion of the ABL.
Your thoughts about the keys that you mentioned earlier, Coach? Let's try to go through the keys, the holy keys. They were very, very accurate when you mentioned them. For the Lions, aggressiveness, confidence and consistency, play both ways. For Malaysia, limit the Lions to the 70s, take care of the basketball, control the boards. So far, those holy keys that you mentioned, are both teams on track?
Well, the Dragons are not really taking care of the ball. You know, they had like maybe 10 turnovers in the first half. But what I like in their attitude is they do not dwell on those turnovers.
Yes.
They're trying to get the ball back defensively. Everybody is just sprinting on the defensive end and helping each other to retrieve the ball on the other end.
Now we'll see more of those keys, the holy keys of Coach Koy Banal as we progress through this game. 40-36, the Dragons up by 4. So we're showing you highlights here of the first half. It was a seesaw battle between the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions in white and the Westports Malaysia Dragons in black and green. Both squads shooting well, exchanging baskets, but would like to show you. Would like to show some of the numbers here in the first 2 quarters. Quite a busy screen here, Coach, but your observation on the different departments. Why do we have a very close game? What made the Dragons up by 4? How come the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions are struggling here in the first half?
Well, the Eastern Long Lions are struggling offensively. They only scored 36 points in the first half. Well, based on their average points, they are scoring. Actually, they are number 1 offensively. They're scoring 87 plus points per game, and it's not showing in tonight's ball game. All right. Now, rebounding wise, the Dragons are controlling the boards, actually, but the Lions is forcing them to commit a lot of turnovers, which on the other end, the Lions are translating it into good points. The Lions actually had 11 turnover points.
And 11 turnover points to capitalize or to make milk the 12 turnovers of the Dragons. And I'm guessing, Coach, the three-point shooting of the Dragons, that's one of the reasons why they are still up here, because big fellow Marcus Melvin shot 4 from Rainbow Country.
Actually, they are 46% in the three-point line. It's like shooting the high percentage shot. They're shooting very well on the floor. As I said, the Lions have to turn around in the second half offensively. All right? I said early on of the ball game, the Lions offense is not actually a problem for them.
It's their defense.
It's their defense. But it's showing now, that they're still finding their rhythm offensively. They've gotten that in the first quarter. They scored actually 22 points in the first quarter, but they only scored 14 points in the second quarter. Why? Because they fell in love with their outside shooting. All right? I was saying that they should shake off the rustiness early on. They were pretty aggressive at the start of the ball game. Everybody was really running up and down the floor, doing their part defensively and attacking on the offensive side. But I noticed that their import, Spencer,
Yes.
I think he looks like he's not in shape. You know, he doesn't have the legs, you know, to finish that point blank Patrick Sullivan. I'm sorry, all right? He is not in really good shape, you know. That's what I see, because it's obvious. We can see that he doesn't have a leg finishing those point blank shots.
Point blank
Hello,
shots.
coach. Some players got some foul troubles during the first half, and this would become an obstacle to counter win in the second half. What would your team do to prevent such kind of foul troubles?
Well, it's true we got, like you say, some foul troubles in the beginning of the game, but this is not an excuse. We got to play a better defense, show the reps. We have good body position from the. Not really a problem right now. It was in the beginning, but right now, you know, it's very common to have two fouls that have to play the second half. So it's not really a trouble at this moment. It was, but not really now. We try to manage it, handle it, and I think we're in a good position to play a better defense in the second half.
And Spencer and Melvin from the away team performed well in the first half. So how will your team defend against them in the second half?
We need to unchain efforts. We're doing good efforts, but like isolated. We need to unchain like one, the next, and then get back, and then play a good rebound and finish well in offense, and then get back to defense. That's the way to unchain efforts. Not react sometimes get down. Just unchain efforts.
Thank you very much.
So we heard Coach Edu Torres, and we'll react more with what he said in just a few minutes. Third quarter action here, and even before we start the third period, Coach, again, I want to pick your brains. I have a lot of questions in mind here. you want to go back on something that you were pointing earlier. Go ahead and share with us your thoughts.
I believe, everything starts and ends in leadership.
Okay.
Both coaches, based on their interviews, have shown confidence in their team.
All right.
On the part of Coach Edu Torres, they're down. His team is down by 4 points in the first, coming into the third quarter, but it showed confidence in his team.
Yeah.
Based on the way he talks, the way he, discuss things in the interview, he has that confidence that they will be able to get back here in the second half.
Let's talk about two people I want to point out. Tyler Lamb. All right, number 10 of Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, only with 6 points. I'm not used to seeing Tyler Lamb with 6 points. And Freddie Goldstein, the busy point guard of the Dragons, wearing jersey number 13. Goldstein hasn't scored yet in the match.
Well, I'm talking about Tyler Lamb. He is actually averaging 13 points per game, in 21 minutes. But at this ball game, he's not showing that much needed confidence for his team. Well, now Goldstein is doing a good job setting up the offense, setting up Marcus, Melvin, and allow him to score 14 points in the first half. He did not score actually in the first half, but he's doing a good job in setting up his team.
Now you said set up. That was a good setup for number 12, Fong Sing Yi, hitting a long two. And the first 2 points on the board here in the third quarter belongs to Hong Kong. They're down by 2. Here comes Goldstein.
Now the Lions defensively went back to the man-to-man defense. I like how they played man-to-man. But this time, they're just allowing Melvin to go inside. But on a kick-out, missed a shot from the three-pointer by the Dragons.
Lo Shifai not hitting that mark there from the Rainbow Country. Another long two, no problem for Fong Sing Yi. Fong Sing Yi is actually pulling out Marcus Melvin from the inside.
Now, I can see why Coach Edu Torres is so confident that they will be able to get back on today's ball game. He knows what to do in the second half.
Passing error by Ma. And Freddie Goldstein wasn't looking for that pass. So this is a nice 4-0 run here by the home team. We are tied at 40. Little hesitation. Elliott, 2 chances. Third one, still won't drop. But Marcus Elliott getting 2 offensive rebounds. He'll go to the 4.5-meter line.
Now, the question is, what was the other players of the Dragons were doing in that particular play? Okay, that should be a gang rebounding right there, all right? But they just allowed Elliott to get that second chance, all right? And now he's in the free throw line, missing the his first free throw.
Elliott has 14, all scored in the first half. Second one coming up.
We are anticipating a zone press again. Let's see if they will continue doing that. Or maybe a full court pressure. Now they're doing a full court pressure.
Split by Elliott. They have the lead 41-40. Broken up by Goldstein was the press. Ma.
Goldstein got away from that play. He actually warded off his man.
Freddie picked it up. 6 to shoot. Melvin for 3. Bailout play there, coach. Bailout play by Marcus Melvin. 5th three-point shot in the match. He has a total of 17. Meantime, Lamb missing the long two, and a foul will be called on Lo Shifai, number 20.
Based on the stats, that was actually the 5th three-pointer of Melvin, Marcus Melvin, out of 5 attempts. So he's 100% from
You're
the
telling
rainbow.
me he hasn't missed.
Exactly.
I hope we did not jinx him. Lamb on the line.
You're right.
Missing the first of 2 free throws. 2-point lead for the Dragons, 43-41.
No, I like the attitude of the Lions players. They're missing in the offensive end, but they're trying to give that much needed effort, perfect effort defensively. Now they're doing a full court pressure. Now a zone, half court zone press.
Dragons with a 1-point lead, 43-42. Shot clock down to 15, under 8 minutes to play here in the third. They go to Ma. Shot clock down to 10. Freddie to the corner. It's down to 5. And caught stepping on the sideline, or on the baseline, is Lo Shi-Fai.
What the Lions is doing in their half-court zone trap, they're trapping, they have a zone traps, zone trapping areas. The corners, once the ball is reversed, they will stop the zone press, the traps, and go to a matchup zone.
Now, if you're the Dragons, how do you stop Marcus Elliott as he hits another 3 here with a total of 18? Lead goes back to the Lions, 45-43. Shot clock down to 10. Melvin, one more 3. Heat check for Melvin. First miss from Rainbow Country. Oh, Lamb with a good reach in. Shot clock down to 7. Law. Nothing there. And Goldstein with another rebound. Melvin, 6 to shoot. He goes for the fadeaway. Nothing there. 3 attempts, coach, still empty.
Now maybe the Lions stayed in their zone, matchup zone. Maybe they wanted to run once they get the ball, because zone defense is a fast break alignment defense.
Meantime, Tyler zigzagging. Spencer with a tap. Sullivan has it with 14 to shoot. Here comes Lamb. The long two is good for Tyler Lamb.
Now the Hong Kong Lions is now up by 4.
47-43. Home team up. Ma at the corner, 3 that goes in, it doesn't. The white shirts on the run. They look for the corner. Lee Key, separation. Oh, that was a good pass from Fong Sing-Yi, and Patrick Sullivan was not ready.
It could have been a 13-3 run, okay, by the Lions. But, you know, could have been. Now, let's see if the Lions will continue their half-court zone trap defense. They will.
Now Goldstein breaking it easily. They go back to their outside shooters, but good defense being shown here by Hong Kong. Melvin wants it. 7 to shoot. All the way from the parking lot. And Lo Shi-Fai with a miss.
Actually, the Lions is extending their defense. They noticed that Marcus Melvin is playing outside. They're forcing this man to come out, and he cannot guard him outside. That's why they put a guard against him in his own defense.
Oh no! Oh no! Marcus Elliott hits another 3. He has a total of 21 points. 50-43, 7-point lead here for Hong Kong. 5:23 remaining in the third quarter. The home team is alive. 5:23 remaining here in the third quarter in 4 minutes and 37 seconds. The Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions were able to score 14 points against the 3 points of the Westport Malaysia Dragons.
Marcus Elliott is on fire.
Yes, he is.
He is only 4 points away from his average points.
Normal day in the office for Elliott. Goldstein missing the 3, and Goldstein is still scoreless in the match.
But you can see the positive attitude of Goldstein. Yes, he's missing his shot, but he still doesn't lose his composure and his focus. That's a sign of a good point guard.
Spencer with the hook. Battle by the big boys, won by Sullivan. Elliott being guarded tightly here by Goldstein. Elliott decides to go for the long 2. Heat check for Marcus. On the other side, the Dragons on the attack. Nice pass to the baseline, and a good finish for Lo Shei-Fai.
After a miss, you cannot dwell on your offense. They need to do a good job in their secondary defense.
And Tyler Lamb did a good job with that jumper, giving Hong Kong another 7-point lead, 52-45. Quick hands coming from the white shirts. They get another ball here.
I believe that was the 15th turnover of the Malaysian Dragons.
Oh, just too much turnovers, coach.
Yeah, and the Lions is translated into points, just like that. After the turnover, Lamb was able to convert it into 2 points.
Now Tyler Lamb has 7 points here in the third for a total of 13. And quick foul given up by Teo Kok Hao, preventing Tyler Lamb from scoring in the open court.
Good decision by Cook there. You know, just to stop the rhythm of the Lions, he fouled that purposely to break the transition of the Lions.
22 on the shot clock here for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. Hot hand, Marcus Elliott. Going straight to the hoop, going high in the sky for that layup. 56-45, 11-point lead for Hong Kong.
That was a 25 run made by the Lions.
Oh wow, Goldstein finally puts in his first 2 points, and he went up against the biggest guy on the other side.
As I said, I like the attitude of Goldstein. That was his first 2 points, and he asserted himself inside the pen against the big guy of the Lions. That's a sign of a good point guard for you.
Now Goldstein is on the line. Freddie has a bonus free throw. They're down by 9. It's good. 3-point play completed, and they're now down by 8. 56-48 here in the third quarter with 3:26 to go in the third chapter. Elliott, and that's an easy call.
Well, Goldstein had to do something about Elliott defensively. That's why he is staying close to Elliott, trying to pressure him, forcing him to make bad decisions offensively.
Lamb, he goes for the 3. Nothing there. Ginchard trying to get that ball, but it went into the wrong hands. 3 minutes left in the third. Shot clock at 15 for Malaysia. Marcus backing up, missing the shot. White shirts on the run. The pass to Sullivan. Oh, difficult shot for the big fellow.
As time corrected. Now, I've said that he doesn't have a leg. Now, he showed that he can finish those point-blank shots.
10-point lead here for Hong Kong. Marcus Melvin brings it down to 8.
Good extra pass by Goldstein. 2 Lions defender are against him, and he just gave it to Marcus Melvin for his 2 points.
Elliott takes it back with a putback, a tip-in. He's asking for a foul. They're up by 10 again, 60-15. 2 minutes to go in the third. Freddie with a jumper. He has 5 points. Lead is down to 8 for Hong Kong. Lamb. Floater won't drop, and rebound goes to Melvin again.
That was a poor shot. You know, to me, a poor shot is like a turnover. You know, his team is not yet set. You cannot force that shot.
Almost a steal by Lee King. Shot clock down to 7. Goldstein, dipsy-do. Good defense by Marcus Elliott. He goes to Lamb. Lamb goes all the way. And a foul will be called against Lo Shi-Pai. And the crowd didn't like that.
That's very basic, you know. You cannot just give the Lions that easy points without contesting it. You know, maybe the mindset of the Malaysian Dragons, the Lions should earn it from the free throw line.
No easy baskets.
No easy basket. No easy 2 points for them.
Well, if you're the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, you have a 4-1 record. You don't want to get back-to-back losses. And what you want is to catch up with the Singapore Slingers. However, if you're on the other side, if you're from Malaysia, you too do not want to go deeper down the standings and give Kaohsiung Truth that possibility of overtaking you as we go through the elimination round.
Now, we just wanted to make it clear to our televiewers that each team will play 20 games
yes.
In the regular season.
2 at home, 2 away. Every time they'll meet each other 4 times. They'll play 2 at home and 2 away. So lots of games ahead, Coach.
Exactly. So whatever happens to Malaysia in tonight's ball game, they still have 15 more games to play. All right? Maybe the immediate goal here is just to enter the Final Four, the semis.
And then
all right?
work
Play
their way
the
up
best
there.
of 3. You know, the top 2 teams will not have an advantage coming to going to the playoffs. It's all 0-0 when playoffs come.
So let's see if they will have that mindset as they go through the rest of the games here in the elimination round. Meantime, Ginchard using the glass against Ivan Yo, and I saw Ivan Yo shaking his head as if saying, I saw that coming. 64-53, 11-point lead for the home team. Ma. He lost the ball. Here comes Lamb. Lamb with a layup. Yes, it's good. And they're up by 13. 66-53. Turnovers bothering the Dragons here. Lo Shi-Pai. Patrick Sullivan knew it. He knew it once he bumped Lo Shi-Pai.
Well, maybe he respected his man so much, that's why he closed it long. The problem there is he bumped on the dribble his man.
I can't blame Sullivan because Lo Shi-Pai is a good shooter. Another turnover here by the green shirts. Long Lions, they have the possession here. 14 seconds to go here in the third. Tyler Lamb says, I got you. Now he asks for the screen. Lamb goes for the 3. It's a miss. And there goes the buzzer. The third quarter is over. Coach Edu Torres happy with what he saw. The Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, they have a 13-point lead, 66-53. One more quarter coming right up.
Yep. Thank you, Lord.
Fourth and final quarter about to start. We're showing you highlights here of the third quarter. Tyler Lamb has picked up the scoring to help Marcus Elliott. He's passing, he's feeding, and people like Patrick Sullivan, they are responding to help the cause of the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. Our third quarter score, after third quarter, Hong Kong is up 66-53. They are up by 13. What happened here, Coach? We started the second quarter with Hong Kong being down by 4.
Well, as the Holy Key says, all right, the first key to the game, Holy Keys to the game by the Dragons is to limit the Lions to just 70 points.
70 points.
Now, they allowed the Lions to score 30 points in the third quarter. So that made the Lions score to 66, and the Lions are up by 13 points.
So that's one of the problems, Coach, by the Malaysia Dragons. You said keep or limit Hong Kong to 70, but they ended with 66 at the end of the third. Just too much as Tyler Lamb hits a 3, making it 69-56, back to a 13-point lead. Here comes Marcus Melvin. They go to Goldstein. A air ball from Freddie. So, Coach, how do you address this? If you're on the side of the Westports Malaysia Dragons, you're down by 13, 9 minutes ahead. You're not down by 13, you're down by 16. How do you address that? Answer that question, Coach, because right now, we have a timeout coming from Coach Chris Thomas. He doesn't want what he's seeing, and he'd like to talk things over with the Dragons. They're down by 16. Action continues here at the Southern Stadium in Wan Chai, the home court of the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. They have a very comfortable 16-point lead. They are shooting the lights out here in Southern Stadium. 72-56 is the score, and they have picked up, Coach Koy, from where they left off in the third quarter. Marcus Elliott with 25 points, going 5 of 6 from Rainbow Country.
Now, the Malaysian Dragons have to play this remaining fourth quarter possession by possession. If they have the ball, they just have to focus on scoring. Now, whatever happens offensively, whether they score, miss a shot, or turn over the ball, they have to have that desire to get the ball back for them to be able to get back in the ball game.
Coach, Marcus Melvin, number 54 of the Dragons, he scored 14 points in the first half. In the third quarter, he was limited to just 5 points. I'm not feeling the big guy here in the second half.
Maybe he should assert himself inside. It's obvious that he has a height advantage over his man. So he just have to get into the paint, take high percentage shot, so that they will be able, just like that, he was able to finish inside the paint.
The man with the beard has 21 points. Ginchard missing the three, 72-58, 14-point lead here for the Eastern Long Lions. Melvin has it. He tries to go inside, picks up his dribble. And a foul will be called on number 11, Poon Chi Ho.
That's a mortal sin. You cannot foul a jump shooter. Well, he was just doing his part. You know, maybe because Melvin has a height advantage, he challenged the shot of Melvin, only he hit the shooting arm of Melvin. That's why he was called a foul, and now Melvin is in the free throw line.
Now, Tyler Lamb takes a breather. But inside goes Marcus Elliott.
That goes the problem for the Dragons.
You can't choose your poison. Both guys are playing really, really well. Lamb with 20 and Elliott has 25.
I like the timing of Coach Edu Torres. He knows when to sub Elliott or Lamb. He's reserving Lamb down the stretch.
Sullivan down low. They kick it out. Inside, lots of reaching in happening there. And I see Marcus Melvin.
I believe it was
Marcus acknowledging that foul.
Act of shooting, that's why
Chan Siu Wing is on the line. So 72-58, the first foul of the big fellow, actually. You don't want to put your opponent on the line if you're down by 14 and give them a very good chance of increasing the lead.
Well, on the positive note, it is good to foul just for them to show that they are playing defense.
To send that message.
Exactly. You cannot allow your opponent to have a direct line to the basket just like that, you know.
I like that. I like that thought, Coach. Okay, earn your points from the line. Still in the backcourt. Barely making it. 16-point lead for Hong Kong, 74-58.
So the Dragons just wasted 14 seconds in their shot clock.
Ma lost it.
Oh.
On the other side, Goldstein picks it up. Here comes Freddy. Ma would have traveled there. Takes the three. Oh, an air ball from Ma. And the Dragons, they are struggling in executing on offense, Coach.
They just have to go to their go-to guy. And who is their go-to guy? Obviously, it was Melvin. So they have to go to the paint and ask Melvin to assert himself inside the paint.
I mean, no offense to the other players, but I have to agree with you. Goldstein hasn't really scored much. Ma has 14, but he has been quiet. But Marcus Melvin, 21 points.
Numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Chiki,
I have to agree.
the Dragons is averaging like 28, is shooting 28% in the three-point line. Why would they fall in love with their outside shot? It was only Marcus Melvin who's shooting well outside the rainbow. All right?
And blood coming out from the eyebrow of number 1 Ma Ji-Hyun of the Dragons. And
well,
the Medi team.
That's a sign of how exciting this ball game is. You know, all the players are really, you know, giving it all to get that win, that they may be able to bounce back from their loss from their last game.
Psychologically, Coach, I believe that this game has more importance for the Malaysia Westport Malaysia Dragons because they're at 1-3 and they want to get that confidence back after dropping their last 2 games against Singapore.
That's right, that's right. But for that matter, same thing goes with the Lions.
Yes.
You know, they just want to stay there at the top, you know, for them to have the much needed confidence in this elimination round.
Open at the corner, 3 ball is good. Coming from Teo Kok Hao.
Now they just have to make stops and then try to convert it for them to be able to get back in this ball game.
76-61, 15-point lead for Hong Kong, and this could be a start here, Coach, for Malaysia. This could be a start here. They hit the 3 and they force a turnover.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Now let's see if they will be able to break the zone press of the Lions.
6:35 to go here in the match.
There you go. There you go.
Goldstein. Shot clock down to 11. Melvin has it. He goes for the 3. Missed it. And the ball goes back to the white shirts.
Now Melvin had to vary his attack. He needs to go inside the paint. That's what I'm saying at the start of the 4th quarter.
Not to fall in love with the outside shot.
Right.
Oh! Poon Chi Ho. Let me mention this name again, Coach. Poon Chi Ho. He is not a go-to guy. He always comes off the bench. He's probably a member of the 2nd or even the 3rd unit, but he has played this role. He saw an opening. Nobody respected him, and he went straight to the rack. Now he's on the line.
That's right. That's how you play basketball. You need that much needed confidence, and also for the defensive team, you know, to mind you.
Yes.
All right. You will attract the defense to go to you to help out.
Split for Poon Chi Ho, but rebound goes to Ginchard. The slam. The slam goes to Marcus Elliott in heavy traffic.
Well, Marcus Melvin missed that help side. You know, he wasn't able to help the man of Elliott.
Elliott has 29 points. We will have another look at that dunk for sure. So, Poon Chi Ho split his free throws. Ginchard with the offensive rebound. And then Marcus Elliott with a 2-handed flush down.
Oh, yeah. As I said, Marcus Melvin missed the help, all right? Maybe because, you know, fatigue is setting in. You know, he wasn't getting his rhythm outside the rainbow. That's why I was saying he should, you know, vary his attack, all right?
Melvin has 21 points. He has the ball right now. 79-61. He gets it back. Shot clock down to 5. And they will call a foul against Steven Ginchard.
That was a good call by referee Bermejo. You know, obviously, Marcus Melvin has a height advantage. So what he did, he got the ball at the elbow and back him off. You know, well, Gochard, you know, doesn't have any choice but to
foul.
Foul.
Oh, look at the size difference, Coach. Look at the size difference between Steven and Marcus. It's just too much. And I see Marcus Melvin trying to tell Teo Kok Hao where to move.
Yes, Melvin was just trying to tell Kok, you know, you have to know your counter. You know, basketball is a game of counters. You know, they switch him, so what would be his counter?
Here comes Goldstein. Down to Melvin. Again, they swing the ball. Nice fake. However, even if that shot went in, it's a 24-second shot clock violation.
Well, that's a good sign for the Dragons, you know. They know what to do once the ball is in the post. They went inside, kick it out, make an extra pass, only they were caught by a 24-second violation.
5 minutes and 8 remaining in the match. Three ball. Doesn't go in. Chance here for the Dragons to score again. Time is not on their side. They are down by 18 points. The kick out. The three won't drop. And the ball goes back to the white shirts. Stolen by Goldstein, but there's a foul. According to referee Bermeo, it's against Freddie.
I like the effort of the Lions in tonight's ball game. You know, now we all say that there is no such thing as perfect game.
Yes.
But the perfect effort, you know, you can see that in tonight's ball game.
I like
from
that.
the Lions.
There's no such thing as a perfect game, but a perfect effort. So at least you'll have a chance to aim for a perfect game.
Right.
Elliott missed a three, but he has 29 of the 79. Stolen by number 8, Chan Chiu Wing. And ball goes back to the Eastern Long Lions.
That's what I meant by playing possession by possession. The Lions is up by 18 points, but they are not relaxing defensively. They missed a three-point shot there, and back on defense, they were able to get the defensive rebound, force the Dragons to turn over the ball, and now they have a chance to score again.
They're playing to win.
That's right.
They're
that's
playing
right.
to win.
That's right.
They're not afraid of making mistakes, but as long as they go back again to the other side of the floor and get back that ball, they're fine.
Coach Edu Torres has the luxury to give Marcus Elliott that much needed rest. Maybe he's preserving him down the stretch. Now we will see Coach Thomas is pretty much mad at the bench.
You know,
Maybe he's sending a message to his team.
Now, I don't think one of his scorers in Ma Chi Kun.
Did you see that? The effort that I'm talking about with regards to the Lions defense. It was clearly a numbers for the Dragons, but they did not give up. They did not stop on the defensive end, and they were able to get the ball back.
However, empty possession there for Hong Kong. Ball goes back to Malaysia. They're still down by 19, 80-61. The hook is good. And Skylar Spencer will go to the line. He now has a total of 8 points.
Now clearly, the Dragons have the height advantage at the post. That's why Coach Edu Torres made the decision to bring back Sullivan in the ball game.
And look at the crowd acknowledging the effort by Fong Sing Yi. Hit a lot of jumpers. And then you're right, look at that big smile by Fong Sing Yi. And he actually is not gun shy. He takes those outside jumpers. He attracts Marcus Melvin out of his comfort zone. And it actually gave a lot of problems to Malaysia because they don't know who will score. They don't know who will help Marcus Elliott. So far, so good for the home team.
Right. I like Fong Sing Yi. His mindset against the bigger and taller, heftier offensive players at the post. You know, you won't be able to zero them.
Yes.
All right. All you need to do is just to force him, force him to work his way in. Make it harder for him to get his 2 points.
Just limit them. Make them work hard, both ends of the floor. And I believe that there's a scratch.
Infection control.
On Teo Kok Hao. Earlier, Ma Chi Kyun.
Now, Coach Chris Thomas have to maintain his composure. Again, everything starts and ends in leadership. He has to show his team, that positive attitude, believing in them that they still can climb back, crawl back in today's ball game. Maybe, at the end of the game, they still fall short in their goal by winning it. But, they will be able to achieve something out of that positive attitude.
15-point lead for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. 80-65 is our score. 3:31 to go in the ball game. Twenty-one turnovers for the Westport Malaysia Dragons. Just too much for a 40-minute ball game, coach. Just too much.
Exactly. That's actually one of the holy keys for the Dragons. They need to take care of the ball because numbers don't lie. We saw it in the numbers, in the stats, that the Lions are forcing their opponent to commit 27 turnovers, and that's too much.
Since you are at the holy keys already, let's visit them. So X on the taking care of the basketball for Malaysia. How about the other two keys?
The first key is to limit the Lions to 70s. That's an X also.
X as well. The third, control the boards.
Well, maybe they are doing pretty well on the boards. They're matching up. But the problem there is, missing the two keys will be a negative for them.
So even if that's a check, let's put a check there. But the other two keys, they're limiting the Lions to 70s and taking care of the basketball. Unfortunately, not on the side of the Dragons. Let's go to the Lions.
The Lions are being aggressive.
Check.
Check.
All right.
Con.
Confidence and consistency.
Now they're showing it. So it's another check.
Are they playing both ways as the third key?
That's right. They are playing both ways.
So 3 out of 3 for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions.
That's why the score is 80-65 and the Lions are up by 15 big points.
Approaching the twilight zone. That's the 2-minute mark of the fourth and final quarter. And Goldstein throws up an air ball. So with 2:08, coach, and a 15-point lead for Hong Kong, I guess it is safe to say that Hong Kong will get win number 5. And I saw Coach Thomas throwing in the white towel, giving minutes to the other players on the bench.
Now, here comes trouble for the Dragons. Elliott is now in the ball game.
So they're not relaxing, Coach.
Exactly.
Elliott and Lam are both inside the game now. And a foul was given up by number 27, fresh pair of legs, Ting Chun Hong. So Coach Chris Thomas will now pull out Marcus Melvin, who will finish with 21 points. Skylar Spencer with 8 points. Coach Thomas is going all locals in the final 1 minute and 50.
Maybe Coach Thomas is preserving his 2 world import for their next game. We know for a fact that they will be playing Ala Pilipinas on Sunday. So they do not have the luxury to really have that much needed rest, come Ala Pilipinas game.
Going to be a tough assignment for them. And looking at the team standings, the Dragons will drop to 1 and 4, while Hong Kong will remain at number 2 with a 5 and 1 record. And it would be nice for Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions, because next week, if I'm not mistaken, on the 22nd of January, they will be facing the Ala Pilipinas.
Well, that's they will be tested there against that team, knowing that the Ala Pilipinas have changed their two-world import.
That's right. Interesting to see that match also happening here on Southern Stadium in Wan Chai 1 week from now. So make sure that you guys come over and watch. Ginchard, I like Steven Ginchard. He saw a lot of minutes in this game. Steven Ginchard only with 7 points, but he has kept that ball alive. He has gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. He has worked both ends of the floor, and he has contributed 7 points in the match.
I like that. That's how you should finish your penetration. You know, you heard the whistle, but he did not stop there. He continued his penetration until he made that his layup and got an extra point off a foul of his man.
And Ginchard will sit down with 8 points. Replacing him is number 29, Chun Sing. A minute 15 remaining in the match. We're just waiting for the final score, 83-67. And the white shirts are not resting. Number 88, Lau Telai, has 2 points on the board.
You can see the effort of the Lions. They really wanted this game. That's why they're giving up their perfect effort in tonight's ball game.
Stolen by Lamb. He's feeding. He's sharing the basketball. Lamb has it. Shot clock down to 15. 41 seconds to go in the game. Tyler Lamb going strong to the basket. He has 29, and he can finish with 31 if he makes both free throws.
Now let's see if Coach Edu Torres will pull out his two world imports in the person of Sullivan and Elliott. Just give them, you know, send them back in the bench, preserve them for the next game.
Patrick Sullivan has 6 points, but don't look at the points. Although he struggled offensively, missing a couple of gimmies inside the paint, but he was able to give a good account of himself in this matchup against Marcus Melvin, while Marcus Elliott, the other Marcus of this match, on your screens right now, has 30 points. One more free throw coming his way. It's up. It's in. He has 31, and that's it for Marcus Elliott. It's a good night, good day at the office for super import Marcus Elliott.
Right, right. You know, you can't miss him, you know, when it comes to his numbers. He will be there, you know, playing consistently for the Lions.
18 seconds to go, 20-point lead here for the home team. Yo hits a 3. With 13 seconds to go, they'll probably dribble this one off. And that's what they'll do. It's a gentleman's game, an act of respect for the opposing squad. There goes the buzz. Our final score is 87-70, a 17-point win for the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions. Coach, your thoughts about the game?
Well, the Lions were able to bounce back from their loss against the Slingers. You know, all they need to do is to really work hard, not only in the game, but more importantly in practice, so that they will be able to play consistently as a team